Okay, so last time we left off, the game had actually crashed. And with everything going on, I actually basically played this game for a little bit, so I could get us back up to where we were. As we are, I think there's still some floors that need to be built, some walls that need to be put in to make sure that everything is 100% ready to go. So we do have some invaders out here. As you can see, we have actually this is kind of odd, we have a goblin who's leading a bunch of dwarves. There's a lasher. Yeah, and we have some pike dwarves, some bow dwarves, a sword dwarf, a mace dwarf, a hammer dwarf. You know, I have essentially decided to parlay with them because I didn't want I don't think the 10 dwarves in iron armor with no ranged dwarves would be enough for us. So I think if I go into here, and if I find our mayor, chief medical dwarf, nope. Mayor, where are you? There's our captain of the guard. There's our mayor. He's attending a parlay right now. So essentially what he will do, yeah, there he is. He's going to give them a legendary item. So now we'll just give them that. I have no interest in it. Largely because if we had our ranged dwarves set up and everything was ready to go, I'd be much more willing to fight. But we're just not at the moment. We don't really have a ranged. I mean, I don't know why you're making that noise at me, DF. We're gonna make a farmer's guild, so I'm gonna go do that first while I wait for that stuff to happen. So down here, we have our stuff. So I'm gonna go in here, bang. Set this to 2. How far out? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and there, and then this should be 10 by 15? Yeah, 10 by 15. Yeah, that looks right. Let's dig all that out. We'll make a farmer's guild here. I could do it here in a smaller location, but I don't necessarily think it's worth it. Also, as you can tell, I feel a lot better. And I don't necessarily sound a lot better, but I do feel a lot better. Which is all that really matters. Let me just pull up my stream chat. There it is. Okay, there's the stream chat. I have you guys up now. Right, so we don't have to worry about being killed anymore by the folks kicking in our walls, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead up to F1 here, and I'm going to essentially have these guys dig out all this here. All this here. Still at work, Lark mode? Don't worry, Red. Don't take out that. Take out that. and then I will be building some more walls. But what I'm going to do first is put down some constructions. Down some floor all along there. Well, actually, we don't need a floor there or there, I suppose, but hey, it would look nicer to have, I think, the whole thing made out of stone. Just do that for the moment. And what I'm going to do as well, because I realize that this is actually quite poorly designed, I'm just going to get rid of all of that and just move the fortifications in by one, so that way they're on the outside wall. I know that this kind of stops overhang, but what I can do is basically just build a floor around it. Or I don't necessarily think it matters too much, to be honest. But you know, let me just go here. Make sure we have all of our grazers here. Nobody needs to be assigned to it. Good. And if I go back down here, I should be able to... These things should get dug out pretty quickly. And we have a year, basically, to put that together. We have our big church here. Not a particularly fancy altar. Suppose I could make a fancier altar. That'd be one way to do it. Ooh. Alert! Caravan! Cool. That's good. So I'm going to dehaf hack mug. Min value of... I need to figure out how to get these things in prepared, in finished. Yeah, so I have like 8,000 gems in this gem bag. I have 4,000 in this armor bin. There's some fish barrels. What I'm going to probably end up doing in the not too distant future is getting that sorted. The caravan's arrived. The outpost liaison is here. How is this going? Oh wow, they basically already finished the floor. Well done. So what I'm going to do then is constructions, fortifications. So this entire outer wall is going to be fortifications. The inner wall here is probably going to be a normal wall. And then over here, once it's all done, build out a floor all the way along here. Put in another layer of fortifications outside here. And what I will also do is put in a tier 1 chop for that. For that, for that, for that, for that, for that, for that, and for that. Just because they're really close to the walls. I don't necessarily think it does anything, but it would be nice to have the clear space. Yeah, we're seeing a bunch of mugs being moved here, which is the one handy thing about having several hundred people here. I might buy some, what's it called, some like instruments and stuff. Oh, you're stranded. You're also a miner though, so you can just do that. Clear all ignored. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. Perfect. The one convenience about having a miner who gets stuck is that you can often just tell them to dig out of the spot they're in. Which is nice, if you believe it. Okay. Just gonna head back down to here. This is starting to be dug on. Good. Good, good, good. So I'm probably gonna do something similar as the rest of these guild halls. Just, you know, get some furniture in there. And that'll do. So I think this one is enough, right? Yeah, that's the mechanics workshop. And this one is the Stoneworkers Guild. That's fine. And this one should be our weaponsmiths. Yep. Who are you here for? Now you're ready to trade. I'm gonna go ahead and put in these doors here. Might go ahead and throw in a low tier smoothing job here. Lots of magnetite. There's some hematite there. And are you guys training? You probably will be soon enough. Just check if there's iron bowls being made. Yeah, I might as well just make that like 100. Well, actually, there's like 6 of them, so let's go with 175 bolts. So you're ready to trade? Do we have things we're still waiting on? Yes, and they're being delivered hand by hand, which is kind of annoying. But I am just going to wait. Oh, more amethyst. Where's that? Oh, nice. So that'll be dug out. And there's any in this wall. Honestly, it'd be nice to leave it there. It'll help with value. Oh, there's one amethyst cluster in that wall. Also, what I wanted to do is cut gems. Only cut like 2 a day. There's no need to cut any more than 2 a day, to be fair. Struck some coal as well. Good. We're getting some more coal out of this. We're getting a little bit more gemstones. Oh, diplomacy. Liaison. Merit deserves reward in colonies in the official land of our realms. Can you imagine the trade wagons? Of course, their responsibility and nobility must live as well. I have some recommendations. So this tells us people who have no item preferences, or people who have like preferences for things. For example, this bone doctor has a preference for crowns, so they might ask us to make. They might put in a mandate every little while to make a crown, make a couple crowns. For example, there might be someone in here who has a thing for. Let's see. Ballista arrow. I think that's one of our. So yeah, you see, this person has a bunch of things that they could ask for, but the game, Dwarf Fortress, likes to let you know, hey, these guys have no preference for anything. So it would be a good idea to suggest them. This person is just a fisher dwarf. Yeah, sure. Request for next year's caravan. All the leather. All the cloth. Where's the miscellaneous? Instruments, sure. Cheeses, sure. Meat, sure. Fish. These just bags made of stuff. Bring us some sand if you want. And all the miscellaneous stuff. Animals. Are animals in here? Pets, maybe? Bring us some turkey hands and turkey gobblers. Need for anvils. So what I might end up doing is actually using that, because we have a bunch of iron. So what I might do is just make a bunch of iron anvils and sell them to the mountain homes. So how much money is that? Oh, that's a lot of money. Let me just untick that. Don't need any of your training axes, don't need your training swords, don't need your training spears. The pigtail will take. The llama wool will take. The alpaca wool, the pigtail. The llama wool. Sounds good. Bins. Yeah, having a bunch of leather definitely wouldn't hurt. So how much would it be for all of that? Okay, that's way too much. They brought a bunch of leather, which is good. Can I use this? Caravan goods. Leather. Value? There we go. Give us all the cheap leather. So if I shift click, yeah, that does all of it. So I want all of this cheap leather. There's a lot of cheap leather. That's good. How much is that? 4,000. Okay. And you just have some cloth. So then if I traded you all this, you'd still be making 8,000, but you don't need to make that much. Let's start on marking some of this stuff here. So the next caravan we get will actually be very good because it will have an actual trade wagon, which means we'll actually be able to basically sell them a lot more stuff. So the reason why right now they don't actually have the ability to give us a bunch of trades is because of this fact. So what I'll probably end up doing is putting in an order to make a bunch of iron anvils because they're buying them at a bunch of prices, which makes a lot of sense to me in game. What I might also do is considering some iron spears maybe for them too. Right, we're still making over 5,000 and we're almost at the value. Almost at the weight value. Right. So we can sell them this. They'll make a bunch of profit. I'm just going to see if I can't get rid of a few more of these. Because I don't necessarily know if I want to give them all of this. Right, so that's a bunch of stuff marked off. And that'll save us some mugs as well. So I'm just going to trade this with them. So we basically just traded a bunch of mugs for a bunch of bags. I suppose I could also take these off of them. Pigtail seeds, take those. If you're really looking to improve your dwarf's trading skills, by the way, it's often better to do smaller trades, like do multiple small trades like this. You know, trade one thing for a bunch of things and do it over and over again. So I trade. Yes. And you know what? We'll just give him something as a gift. And that's it. We will. Trader no longer needed. Right, that's that then. Oh, we got some claystone down here. Wild. So we'll just put this at a 2. I do think, however, it will be the primary focus because of the fact that hauling, I think, is a very low priority thing naturally. We've been made a barony. And now, just go into here. That sounds good. I don't think there's anything else here in particular that we're waiting for. We could use some more leather workers, probably. So do we have those in here? We have a legendary clothier. Nice. Leather. There we go. Oh, we only have 2, yeah. You're also a peasant. Peasants are basically people in this setting who have no ascertainable skill. Like they don't have anything that they're particularly good at, so they just get tagged as a peasant. You're a presser. Because we do have a lot of leather that needs to be made. Right, let me just go in here as well and take a look at this squad. Oh, we have 7 people in it. Yeah, that's more than enough. Ranged effectiveness. Where's that peasant that we saw there? Oh wow, he's bad. Right, never mind. I'm cool with this. Let me go into here then, put a stockpile. And in here, there shall be ammo of all types. And we're also going to put some chests. And we're also going to put some cabinets. Which is where people will basically hold their stuff. Let me just take a look at your equipment. Update your equipment. Okay, so people have weapons at least. Some of the people have their pants they're looking for. Some people have other stuff. There's people who have quills. There are people who just don't have ammunition. Which is fine at the moment. How do I like to set up my offices? So if I go to... This is my cavern layer. If I go up a bit, it'd probably be easier to go here and then down. Yep. So these are my big offices here. These are for my mayor and for my captain of the guard. As you can see, these are probably a bit too nice for what they are. Because if I go in here, if I go into my dwarves here, obviously this guy wants really, really nice stuff because he's a baron now. But the mayor is quite happy with stuff. The captain of the guard is quite happy with stuff as well. Make a single wooden ballista arrow. Just for the mayor. But what I will essentially do is I will essentially dig out, either on this side or over here, a much bigger, much nicer place for my royals, and that'll be where like the royalty live. You know, I know it's kind of odd to have it on the same level, but this level is our tomb level, and if I go up a level, it goes into like our temples and guild halls area. So what I think I'll do now, actually, now that you mentioned it, is I'll have to design this out. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for the question. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it for this, because I kind of want to make it shaped like a sword or like an anvil. So it'd be something like, you know, this would be the body of the anvil. This might be like the actual dining hall. And then the anvil's horn, I guess, would be where the... So like something like this. That would be where the like bedroom or study is. And then the Neil here at the end would be where the bedroom is, but I don't think that's big enough. This is the problem, is that you gotta have a lot of space for these, for the royals. The royals are like very picky on space. So what I might do is I actually just might make it a bigger version of that and just knock out these two corners. Then do another little 2 wide gap there. So this would be their office with like a big space in the middle for a lot of storage and stuff. And then this would be their dining hall. So can I put this? Yeah. And then we'd have another 2 for a bedroom. I'll just make it 1 taller. Actually, no, I'm going to make it narrower. I'm going to do this. And knock out the corners. Make the bedroom look a bit different. And now I'll just do that. Now, is this almost finished being smooth? Kind of. I will go ahead though and make this the meeting room. This is for the Farmers Guild Hall. Farmer Hall. The Foggy Dale. Good name for a Farmers Guild Hall. So it's at 504 right now. There is some amethyst in the wall here, which will make it a bit more expensive. Where are you, Said? Oh yeah, that's right. Something else happened. If I hit 4 here. We were attacked by cave dwellers. There's cave fish people down here who we absolutely ruined. And when I say we absolutely ruined them, I mean it was legitimately so... I legitimately was worried for a moment when I saw how many of them there were. There was like 7... I think there might have been 12 of them that showed up. And at the time we only had our iron armored spear dwarves. But they absolutely wrecked face. Like, I mean, they destroyed them. It wasn't even close. They also, like, spawned right here. Because you can see there is spatterings of blood around here, which is kind of terrifying given the fact that I had no way to close them out. That's how that happened. It was quite fun. What are our miners doing right now? Oh, this is being set to smooth, I think. So it won't overlap, so I have to remove that. Caves have been so empty. Honestly, I have only had 1 encounter with cave people so far. And it was those. And that was it. Oh, we have more claystone. Nice. We've also gotten attacked by a giant who got absolutely ruined by our dwarves as well. So I don't necessarily know if it's just a case of like my spear dwarves are a lot better than I give them credit for. Like if they're actually really, really good and I should consider, you know, not being as passive about it as I am. Or if maybe I actually, you know, if things are actually working out a lot better than I think they are and that things are going really well. Just going to dig out some more shale, sorry, some more chalk, because it looks like we're running a bit low. Okay. So are you guys... Yeah, you're being asked to make iron bolts and stuff. I just wonder if you're actually, like, doing it or not. It's weird. So all that's been built good. So along here, I'm going to do the same thing. Constructions, fortifications. Just build... Actually, no, don't build fortifications. That's right, you learned this lesson. Put your floor in first. Oh, no one can reach that. That's the problem. So let me just put in... floor. I think. Yeah, it's all open space. So if I just put in a floor there, people should be able to build that. And then if I do the same along there, put a nice floor in. Also, I should put in a floor along there as well. My only sort of, like, wish that I had is that I had kind of set this up a bit different. What I might actually do is I might remove this and just put in the wall as is. There's cave wheat here? I suppose it's technically underground. Technically. I mean, you might as well harvest it. Yeah, because you can go down this way. It's a bit of a loop-de-loop, but you can get down there. The only other thing I might do is I might box in these corner areas. So what I kind of wanted to do as well is I can put in a floor that goes to there, and then put in a stair or a ramp, I guess, that goes in there. So that way people can, like, go to here, go up the stairs. You know, if they need to, like, go around the walls to, like, find things to shoot at, they can do that. That's my hope. That's my general plan for this, is, like, fortify the bejesus out of it and turn it into a... oh, there's more Kias out and about. Turn it into a exceptionally well-fortified fortress. There's a reindeer cow here. Hang on, are you not a member of this particular thing? Because I don't think we had any, Oh. Include grazers only. No? You've been assigned to it. Fair enough, I guess. Not gonna argue. What I will do, actually, now that it is autumn, is I will just put in a big old gathering command. Yeah, you see, I've done that before, where I've just built a fortified tower around my entrance, and, like, just had, like, something like this. You know, like, where it's just a tower area. But I kind of want to keep my, you know, my animals that I have kind of safe. Because, like, I have a decent number of them. I have quite a lot of animals, actually. If I go into here, pets and livestock, I have... I don't know if it tells me here. But I have a bunch of them, as you can see. And don't worry, I have auto butcher set up, so we're not going to worry about, like, losing this place to having way too many animals, which can happen. Offering place. Oh no, this isn't a... This is not a church. Put in some tables. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're explode. Yeah, it does happen. If I go into quick command, not quick command. If I go into control panel here, auto butcher. I have a lot of my adults are set quite conservatively, because essentially when they grow up they will be butchered. Same with dogs and cats and stuff like that. Because a grown-up animal obviously gives more meat and hides than a young animal. So that's kind of my thing there. But I think I might need to. I think I'm gonna make you do it. I'm gonna force you to do this because there's a few things that need to be butchered. So go ahead and do it now before it becomes a problem. And you have dug all this out. Great. Put this in at high smoothing. Smooth out the hallway as well, even though it doesn't necessarily matter. It is important. I think if you have in the control panel, if you have auto butcher set up, it's fine usually. Because it's actually pretty decent about numbers and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't usually tend to go too extreme one way or the other. But it does tend to do a lot of the work that I don't want to do, which is, you know, planning all of this out and making sure it all works properly, and, you know, keeping an eye on the numbers of you know, cats and dogs and stuff that show up randomly in migrant waves and stuff like that. Because we've had a few big migrant waves. We've had migrant waves of like 30. That happened at very early on in like my first stream of this game, I think, or my second stream, where we went from like 18 to 30 something dwarves overnight. You guys have a lot to do. Oh yeah, I can see that. Auto nest box can be a part of the problem, but what I've seen people do there is in the control panel for auto butcher, they specify the amount of female adults allowed for like egg laying differently, and obviously they forbid eggs, so that way they cook the eggs even if they are fertilized. So, you know, you get less of the animal in the long term, but you do end up in a situation where you don't end up over encumbered by it. Oh yeah, you can't smooth that out. That's kind of annoying, how you can smooth everything up to the stairs, but you can't smooth the stairs. What the hell is that? Is that more claystone? That's a weird looking stone. Not that much chalk over here either. More chalk here, more chalk there. Church. Chalk. Lots of gypsum. More masterpieces. That's cool. So there's all of our ores. We have lots of coal and tetrahedrite and kaolinite. We have more of it down here. I think this is specifically for hematite and magnetite. Yeah. What I might do is I might make this specifically for chalk. I think we have dolomite. I'm not sure. Further down here, maybe. Rock salt. Rock salt's very pretty. Grabo. Don't bother with quantums. No. Granite. Slate. Diorite. Can't live without them. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I've like set up this very, I don't know why there's this constant like, you know, mugs just being left everywhere, while this stockpile shouldn't allow mugs. And also I have like this area set up to have a bunch of mugs in it. Like this has a bunch of mugs in it, and it's not like the mugs aren't being kept there. I don't know. This game's been really weird for me, but I have been really enjoying it. Like, I've been really enjoying this run, but some games you just end up in a situation where things get weird. And there's a bunch of leather there as well. That's good. Cobaltite. That's probably, yeah, that's probably them digging out more of this. So if I go to here, down to, right, you're almost done. Great. So let me just put in some more doors. I do know quantums are convenient in that, you know, you can set up a hatch in a dumping zone and they dump everything, and it turns it makes it really easy for, like, you know, if you're trading, like if you're doing a thing like I am where your trader is like right next to the surface. You could set up like a dumping stockpile like here and dump all of it so it all falls down into your major stockpile down near your tavern lair or your cavern lair or whatever you have going on. But I didn't really build that with this in mind, quite obviously enough. Furniture, beds. Also, I'm pretty sure this is really inefficient, like building all of the bedrooms like this. Usually it's better to like build your bedrooms like stacked vertically, so there's less, you know, travel time between places and stuff like that, but hey, I'm not gonna care really. I'm just gonna enjoy it. So trousers is done. Cryolite. As I always say, you know, Dwarf Fortress is one of those games where you make your own fun. You put your own restrictions and eligibilities upon it yourself. You can decide if you want to use certain things or if you don't want to use certain things. I'm fine with that. Be sure to hydrate. Hydrate or dehydrate, folks. Right. Oh, this guy got a bunch of coal in his walls? Yeah, he does. Rock salt, colonite, coal, claystone, rock salt. I mean, the rock salt's kind of cool. The pinkish kind of color. So this will be a study, so just have two tables, 2 chairs, and what does he actually need? He needs two chests, a cabinet, an armor rack, and an armor stand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the chests in the corners. 2 cabinets in each corner, and we'll put a statue there and there. Do we have any statues? No. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in order for them. I think we should have some silver ore, so I should be able to make silver statues. Do we need 10 of them? Just make 10 of them if you can. Pipe opal. More tetrahedrite. That's more silver. There's actually native horn silver here as well, but I haven't mined it out yet because I want to use the like not guaranteed silver ore stuff like the galena and the tetrahedrite first. Iron mail shirts have been done. Nice. Are you training yet? What month is it? 10 sandstone. Oh, you're off duty right now. So both of the squads are off duty right now. Oh, you're also going to want an actual proper grave, proper burial zone. So what I'll probably do is I'll dig out this and turn this into like a really big burial area. So let me just go ahead here. Office. Accept. Assign that to our Baroness. Then dining room. Assign that to our Baroness. And bedroom. The bedroom's a bit smaller, but that's fine. I can squeeze some more value in there with some more statues and stuff. Oh, that's right. I need to unassign her first. There you are. Are you making some rock mugs? Yeah, you are. You're a fisher dwarf. You do a bit of things. You're a dabbling carpenter. You don't really have any skills, which is funny. That's fine. You're a competent dancer. You're decently social. You have some knowledge. This is your room. You actually don't have anything in it other than That's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and throw these in here. And then I'm going to unassign you from this. And then go down here and reassign you. And then furniture, beds. Stick 2 beds in there. Stick a couple of statues in there in the corners. And military weapon rack. Military armor stand. And in the dining room, we're going to put a bunch of stuff in there. So we're just going to put a bunch of tables. And then furniture, chairs. For the delegations that you might need to hold in the future, of course. And then furniture. Put a few more statues in here. So that's 2, 8. That's 2. Yeah. That's 10. That's all 10 of our statues basically being used there once they're made. Is that yeah, it's a strip mining pattern. It is ladder. I think it's just ladder. It's the ladder built in with DF hack. Obviously I've removed some of them so my dwarves would do other stuff other than my miners wouldn't just be mining this all day long, which is fine. What else? You find you like the production workshop closer to the stockpiles are smaller? Yeah, that's true. But what I tend to do with stockpiles is I have my stockpiles next to it. So this is a non-economic rock stockpile. Oh, you shouldn't have rough gems in there anymore. Yeah, so that goes to show. So this was set up like when I initially built this fortress. So like things are obviously a bit fucky because I haven't gone through and like changed everything. But it doesn't have metal ores or economics. It's just other stone and clay. So all of the clay is here, all of the non-economic rocks are put here so we can use them. And I have my workshops directly set up, like my stone workers, my stone crafters, only to pull from this stockpile. And then I have a big furniture stockpile upstairs here. So in the future where there's going to be a need for, if there's a need for a bunch of furniture, there's usually furniture built already. Like there's a bunch of barrels and beds and doors and stuff like that already prepared, and some more craftsworks and mechanics and crafts dwarfs and some more stoneworkers workshops and stuff like that. I actually kind of like having certain areas be more horizontal than others, because this is our hospital here, and then next to that is our spear dwarves barracks. What's being kept here? Oh, weapons. Shouldn't have blowguns or bolts or crossbows. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's fine. So the crossbows and stuff I want stored up where our archer dwarves will be training. Ah, lovely. There's actually some bolts in there now. And I know it will also include weapons, bows, crossbows. So now bows and crossbows will be kept here, which will be handy for the future. Also, there's a bunch of magnetite in this wall, which I'm going to dig out eventually alongside limonite. There's also some platinum nuggets that need to be moved around, but that's fine. Our dwarves are also quite happy. Like, there's a couple who are a little bit annoyed, but I think they're actually the dwarves who got stuck in the rain while building stuff. What are you doing up here? have questions. Well, let me go ahead and just construct more fortifications. So, essentially I want fortifications that cover the entire outside wall. Like that. Oh wow, we're actually low on blocks, I think. Because I think we had like over 10,000 of them, but if I check my stocks here... Bars. No, not bars. Blocks. Blocks. No, we have a ton of them. We have an absolute ton of them. Do we have any soap? We do soap. 16 soap bars. That's fine. Also, you know, the slaughtering allows the whole thing of having a soap industry too, which is kind of important when you're doing a military style stuff and you have dwarves who get hurt. Now, thankfully, I haven't had any dwarves get any major injuries yet, but that will change. There will be a point where I go, oh yeah, our dwarves are after getting banged up and it's not good. Hopefully we'll see some... Oh, nope. Hopefully we'll see these guys start to train come... It's sandstone now, so if I look at my monthly schedule... come Moonstone. So when Moonstone hits, I want to see these guys train. This does also give us time to actually get their armor and stuff built too, which is good. Also, there's a reason why I put these stairs in here. Like you said, with the whole verticality thing, is that like I dug this all out and then realized, oh, I want to build a massive, you know, thing for all of our stuff, and then I was like, oh, we don't actually have, you know, the space down here for all of that, so I put in a stairwell up. Make it easier for dwarves to haul stuff. We got pig iron there. We should have a bunch of steel and gold and stuff. Yeah, there's a bunch of gold there. Gold. Lead and silver. Steel. 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 Gold. Lead and silver. Lead and silver. Nice. Do I need to actually set up some more, Oh, I didn't actually set up a blacksmith job anymore. It looks like it's gone. Right, so add a new work detail. Add some blacksmithing and metal crafting. Blacksmiths. We have you, and only you two are going to do it. Well, there's a peasant here. You can do that as well. We'll have 3 people doing it. 3 of them will get pretty good at it. It means that there's probably going to be more people doing it. And, oh yeah, I should also put in an order for iron anvil. And what I'm going to do here is... if the amount of iron bars is greater than 30, just that way we have some left over. Make us... make 15 of them. And then if I click on this... no anvils. This... no anvils. Then if I go all the way up here... so these are all of our stone ores and stuff, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, I'm going to go into furniture, I'm going to grab anvils. Now it'll suck for our dwarves to haul them from the bottom to the top, but hey. I'm going to turning on armor to make a shitty armor to decent. What I often do is I will set up a auto melting for stockpile to basically make it so that, you know, you have a constant flow of more and more armor being made. But also I think if I go into my armor smiths here, I have a grandmaster and a proficient. So I'm not as worried about that anymore. Same with the weaponsmith. We have 2 really good weaponsmiths. Technically, we have 3 in the weaver, but our weaver is also a legendary clothier. So if I needed an extra armor weaponsmith, I could do that. The leggings smelt down efficiently. Yeah, it's probably the best idea. I have some cooks as well. Actually, I have a high master cook. You're only going to cook. We have some doctors as well, obviously. You're a competent surgeon. You can do it. You have some adequate bone doctors. See, I think what might have happened is either that guy came in one of my waves, one of my pop immigrant waves, because that has happened where I've gotten high master armorers or high master metalworkers or high master armor smiths just from a case of, oh, you got really lucky on a migrant wave. It happened to me once actually where I got 2 legendary weaponsmiths on a single wave of what's the word? Single wave of immigrants. And I got pretty lucky with that one. I was very surprised when I looked at their skills and was like, okay, so you 2 are really good at the one thing that we can't do yet. It sucked because I was like, man, I really wish I could, like, at the time I think all I really needed was like people who could do like I need people who could do Christ, what's it called? Like planting. I needed planters because we had like one person who was okay at it, but even then they weren't great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to 4 here, go up a few levels to our mines. It's Galena, Horn Silver, and Native Silver. What I'm going to do is Tetrahedrite, Cassiterite, Galena. Oh yeah, there's some silver left around here. So I'm just going to tell you to mine out all of that silver. All of that silver. All of that silver. Just because it's a good idea, I think, to have some more silver left around. What are you hauling? You're hauling Galena. To smelt into silver, probably. Yeah, there's a bunch of Galena around here. Which of mica. That's not furnace safe, is it? No. The slate isn't either. The cobaltite isn't either. Masterpiece Throne. Nice. So, actually, I'm kind of curious what our task list looks like right now. Bunch of smooth walls, collecting webs for looming, cool. Bunch of storing items in stockpiles. Barrels, put item in bin. Construct building, just remove those traction benches, we don't need them. Bunch of walls, bunch of cage traps, bunch of floors. Tables and statues and tables and fortifications. Yeah, this is pretty big. So we just go in here and go to my planters. I need you to only do that. Because I think our biggest issue is that we have a bunch of stuff to plant. Like, we have an absolute ton of seeds and stuff. Well, stuff just isn't really being planted. Because we have a shit ton of seeds, and we're kind of getting low on food and drink. But I think we have a bunch of stuff to make into food. It's just that I think my order here is... Yeah, my prepared fine meals is like less than unrotted meal is less than 300, and we don't have less than 300 meals yet. So we're okay that way, for now. We'll see. I, for one, am definitely worried about what might happen. Is there anyone making these statues yet? You're forging iron bolts and stuff. You're forging a bunch of armor. You've got a crossbow. You've got a bunch of bolts. Yeah, I think what I'm going to need to do actually is go here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out like a strip along here. Or do I want to do that? Because I might want to... Well, actually, no, there's a bunch of space here for iron ore. So I think it's worth it just to dig out a space here on the side for more smelters and more armory stuff. So 1, 2, 3. No, I'll just do this. Doesn't really matter on that side, to be honest. Forge iron crossbow is done. Nice. Masterpiece shield throne. So there's going to be a lot of really nice furniture in here, if nothing else. So if I take a look at this, exceptional. Exceptional. Good value as well. So now you're actually be able to sleep in your own bed, in your bed in your nice room. I still think you need stuff, don't you? Because oh, you actually quite like the space you're already in. You need a tomb though, so that's fine. Barons, I don't think, are exceptionally like anal about what they want, but it's, you know, something to keep an eye on at least. It's fine. It works. So what I'll do is burial. Let's filter this. Quality, here we go, at the bottom. So I want a exceptional claystone. Or do they have it? Did they have a masterwork one? They do have a masterwork one. We'll go rock salt. Oh, I kind of made myself a little bit of an idiot here. I'll just plop it right there. Oh, some migrants have arrived. Nice. And then I need to remember to... Let me just put down a chair here and go into the filters. And... Control D, delete filter. Control D. Oh, there might actually not be very many chairs around right now. So that's 2 migrants. We'll see if there's any more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. No, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've hit city now. 11. 12? 12 more dwarves. Right, let's see if there's anything who need to be assigned here. Grazers only. You're roaming. There we go. So that should do the job. Leather hood is done. So what now I want to do is I want to go through here and I want to see if we got anyone who's good at stuff. We got another competent engraver. We've got a miner. We got a talented miner. Do I want a 4th miner? We'll see how it is. We've got a couple woodcutters here. I'm going to assign you as a woodcutter because having an extra woodcutter never hurts. We got some rangers here. Planters. Got a proficient planter, but they're already being assigned to something else. No more fisher dwarves. Got a competent herbalist. We got some more. Oh, you're a legendary stonecutter. You should be assigned to that. I think you're one of the new ones. We also have a bunch of competent stonecutters. So if I sort by this, yeah, we have a lot of people here who are like decent at it. Also, this person's in the military, I think, so they might not always be around to do that. Engravers, haulers, orderlies, gem cutters. We've already got 3 of them. We got a high master, we got a professional, we got skilled. That's more than good enough. Brewers, we got 3 of them. And they don't really do much work other than that right now. So I'll just go to turn that off. Stone carver. You're a militia commander, so you're not really doing as much as you think. Weaponsmiths, armor smiths, butchery. You're good. Didn't get any more leather workers, that would have been nice. Engineering. We have a legendary mechanic. Right. You're the only person doing it, so makes sense. Tailor. Did we get any new tailors? We got an expert weaver. We'll go ahead and add you into that then. Cook. Not really. Doctors. So people here have a bunch of skill because we have a what's it called? A doctor's guild. So there's a bunch of people who can do that. We got another furnace operator. You're also a brewer. You're a metal crafter. And I'm going to take you off that then. That's good. I think that's okay. I don't know if we're missing anything on the side of that though. Oh yeah, that's right. We have a legendary dwarven child as well. Right, well that was alright, I guess. Don't think we got anyone of any exceptional talent, but we got people who we needed. We got more haulers, we got more people who will do things. So I'm happy with that. Forging iron helms have been completed. Oh, Red's made a masterpiece claystone table. We'll just take a look at this control panel real quick for the auto butcher. Yeah, that makes sense. And we don't need meat, though. Excuse me. You would assume that when you're slaughtering animals, you would get meat for it, but apparently not. Odd. Also now what I think I'm going to do, because I can, is I'm going to go ahead and set up, if I dig out to there. Actually, no, let me do it here. If I dig out to there. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to essentially assign a new tavern over here. I'm going to get rid of this one and move it over here and have this be like our mist generator, because there's a waterfall right here. So what I'm going to end up doing probably is building a floor all the way across here. And then if I put in a stairwell here that goes up, I can dig out here and put in a floor. Put in a roof. I'll do that in a bit, I think, though. Not right now. The mayor has mandated the construction of certain goods, probably 2 ballista arrows. Assemble wooden ballista arrow, and we need 2 of them, please. Thank you, High Master Engineer. Why am I using wood? I have a shit ton of wood. I have way too much wood, because we have obviously a wooded area out here that has a bunch of stuff in it. We've stuff still out here that we need to gather up. And we also have our wood from the underground trees and stuff. So that's done then. Cool. Loads of bags there full of seeds. Winter eating plump helmets. Winter eating plump helmets. Winter eating plump helmets. And then winter eating plump helmets. Cool. Has this been... No, it's not. Right, I'm just going to leave... I'm going to let that run for a bit. If I go up here... Are you happy with everything aside from your tomb? Yes, you are. So if I go in here... tomb. It's a massive space. But I don't necessarily know if it's good enough for them. It is. But what I will do is I will go ahead and throw in some chests. And some bookcases. Oh, that's right. This has been assembled. This has been done because it has. Yes. So we're just gonna have all visitors there. All visitors. All visitors. And all visitors. Rose quartz. Where's that? Oh, cool. You've dug out all of that silver. Yeah, it looks like it, and it's all been dragged away. So yeah, I'm just going to let that go then. That's fine. This is our captain of the guard. He disdains fairness, which is probably not a good thing. Great analytical ability and natural inclination toward language, very good creativity and ability to read emotions, but he has poor ability to manage and understand social relationships and very little patience. Cool, we have 300 iron bolts. Guildhall agreement with the Lavender Company has been satisfied. Cool. A little bit more good thoughts for the people. What else is there? Oh yes, it's not the time yet for these guys to start training, I don't think. Because we are in Sandstone still, right? Yes. So I guess I'm just going to leave the game play for a bit. Pink Garnet. Where is... Ooh. Pretty. The trousers with iron greaves have been made. And there's some pyrite and stuff like that there. Cool. Shearing wool's been done, beds have been done, rock blocks have been done. So what I'm going to do now is... Where is those iron bolts job? Aren't you making steel bars? You have more... What's that thing? is... Maybe put this as less than, like, 100. Because we're going to need a lot of steel bars when we eventually get to that. We're going to lower this to 25. That sounds good. That way we don't end up using up all of our iron bars. Maybe I should build this a little bit further that way. That's a good question. How close to this do you have to be for the mist to work? I actually don't know that. How much if I go to rocks in here? Oh, there we go. There's a bunch of shale blocks, shale coffers, stones. We have 57 shale, which isn't necessarily a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and start digging out some more of that. Just dig out a big chunk of it. Oh wait, did I look at the wrong thing? Let me check that again. Chalk. We actually have less chalk stones than I thought. So yeah, dig them all out. I think there's more up here, yeah. So dig out a big chunk here as well. But we also might find some ore and stuff, which is not bad. But I honestly just want it so that way we don't end up in a moment where we can't make any more pig iron or steel bars. And speaking of that, workshops, metalsmiths. Build me 4 of those, and three more magma smelters. That'll do. 3 more regular smelters. Even though that will still mean our smelters outnumber our metalsmiths by quite a bit, it still wouldn't hurt to have more of them. Because we are using quite a lot of our metalsmiths to, quite a lot of our smelters to smelt ore and also smelt coke into coal. Sorry, coal into coke. So it's generally a good idea to keep more of them around than you'd think. Ooh, we got an engraver who's withdrawn from society. Ooh, we've got people trying to solicit for purchasing of stuff. Absolutely not. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I'm not interested in buying anything like that. Woohoo! What place are you claiming? Claiming a craftswork workshop. Right, that's cool. You're getting yourself some more another artifact. Oh, lots of gypsum up here. Tetrahedrite. There's chalk up here. Dig out that as well. Wait. Tetrahedrite. Android. That's what we saw. That's what we saw. Oh, it's a nice color. This song definitely sounds like something I would hear in a Persona game. Tell me I'm wrong. Oh, more stuff. Nice. Oh, light yellow diamond. Ooh. Wild. There's some cave wheat. Still gathering items. What are you hauling right now? You're hauling gypsum. Interesting. Lots of other stuff in there too, which is nice to see. Oh, there's some good chalk there in this corner here. And there's a decent bit of it up here as well. Mayor's mandated construction of goods. Let me guess, it's more of the same. Bolts 3. I think you're making bolts as is, so I don't think that's much of a worry. Up that amount to like 50. You've made a silver statue. Nice. I'll go ahead actually and increase that amount to 14. Just keep a couple of them around. The amount of silver statues available is less than 6. Make 14 of them. I'll have to update that. That's fine. Right, that's been built. Cool. Oh, there's no floor built there yet. I see. Let me just do this then. Then bang, construction floor. Right. So once those floors are put in, then it means that people won't need to worry as much about falling or getting stuck, which is a big problem a lot of the time. You're still gathering items. My goodness. What have you got now? 2 pieces of gypsum, some kaolinite, and some alpaca wool cloth. Interesting. Milk animals done. Nice. Who are you? You got a copper battle axe. Oh, you might be a woodcutter. Yeah, you're a woodcutter. That makes sense. Oh, hey! Thanks for burning away. Thanks for the raid, buddy. What were you streaming? welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. If you're curious as to who I am, I'm a memer streamer. I only really started streaming properly again after basically a 2-year break, 2-year hiatus, or whatever you want to call it. Recently, last month or two. Mostly because I really wanted to play Dwarf Fortress, really wanted to learn it properly, I really wanted to get into it, and I decided, you know what, if I'm going to do this, because this is a game that you need backseating for, it's usually going to need to do it with on stream. So thanks again for the raid, Hiberno. It's much appreciated. I'm gonna give you a follow. Thank you. What were you streaming? You played it once in the ASCII days? Yeah, in the ASCII days, I've played it a couple times, and it's not nearly as intuitive as this version. And that's saying something, because this version of the game also isn't very intuitive. There isn't exactly a lot of, you know, ways around it. Oh, you're streaming Fallout 4? Cool. Was it because of the show? I actually just finished watching it last night. Really enjoyed it. Thought it was legitimately great. Ooh, there's a room there with no bed in it. You only watched episode 1? Episode 1 is probably a good starting point for anyone. In general. There's also the fact that when I... Ooh. A gypsum crown. My goodness. So what we just had there is we had a dwarf who had they can be taken by moods, and this mood has caused them to create this crown, a gypsum crown, worth almost around 9,000 dwarf bucks. All craftsdwarf is the highest quality. It is decorated with alpaca wool and encircled bands of rectangular gypsum cabochons and steel. On the item is the image of 2 magma men in gypsum. Image of dwarves and Kalanite. Dwarves are labouring. The artwork relates to the foundation of round next to lion by the noble tree. The den of the stoked quakes in the early spring of 50. So that's about us. That's really cool. So what I might actually do... furniture. Do we have a pedestal? Yes, we have a pedestal. So I'm going to display that there. But yeah, the first episode of Fallout was amazing. Absolutely loved it. I legitimately think that show might be one of the best, if not the best, like adaptations of anything, like ever. I said actually to some friends of mine that it might actually be second behind Castlevania, like the original Castlevania on Netflix. The first 4 seasons of Castlevania are arguably the best animation I've ever watched, and also the best show adaptation of any show of anything I've ever watched. Arguably, that's the best thing I've ever watched. When it comes to movie like show adaptations of anything. So yeah. Once again, though, thanks for the raid. It's glad to have you and your guys here keep you entertained for a bit before you head off and do other things. Also, this is a gold statue. That's an image of alpacas. So there's just a gold statue here that has an alpaca, which is kind of cool. Dwarf Fortress is a very fun game in that things can go really wrong really quickly or really, really good for way too long. Oh, nice. We have everything here built. So that might speed up our options. And we have a quick save there. So, Roberto, how far did you get along in Fallout 4? How long did you spend in the character creator? there's another room there with no bed in it. Man, I'm slacking. I am also going to dig out some more bedrooms here. This game can also be very surprisingly therapeutic and relaxing in that you can just be doing this all the time. It's great. You can just be like planning out stuff and putting stuff in places and all that. So there's another few rooms. Oh, you kill the raiders in the car factory and join the Minutemen? Yeah, that's fair. So you've met Preston Garvey, you've met Mama May, you've gotten into your first suit of power armor. And killed your first Deathclaw, right? I think. Because in order to meet Pest and Garvey, obviously you have to kill all those raiders and do all that sort of bits and pieces. So I think you've already done all that, right? I think that would be how that works. If this is less than 15, say, make me a couple. 10 is fine. All the fun, yeah. I remember playing Fallout 4 for the first time and being very impressed with how the Deathclaws looked and how like they made them a lot more scary than they were in New Vegas or 3. Because I played a lot of Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, and they weren't scary after a certain point. But in Fallout 4, they are always scary. Seeing a Deathclaw is always terrifying, especially if you're out of your power armor, which I wasn't in my power armor a lot in Fallout 4. I didn't really start mainlining power armor until... Ooh, we have a child! Cute. I didn't really start mainlining my power armor until I started playing the DLCs, and I think by that point my character was already in like the high level 50s, and I had like hundreds of power cores, so I had no reason to not use them. Glad you're having fun with it though. A lot of my friends have actually started playing Fallout 4 again because of the show and because of everything else as well. Fallout 4 got a lot of hate at the time for being more of a shooter than a survival game, but obviously there was other stuff going on there too. They made it a lot more of a survival game when they added in survival mode and changed a lot of things about the game that way. Just checking to make sure my filter reset there, because I had it set up to use a nice coffin. Masterpiece table, nice. Few more doors to place. And beds and coffers. Oh. So these rooms, for those of you who are unaware, are actually very, very luxurious by the standard Dwarven standard. And that's just how it is. I just quite like giving my dwarves a little bit more storage and space to call their own. Makes me feel good about myself, I guess. Kind of like how when I was doing my Fallout 4 stuff, I always gave my settlers actual beds when I was doing the settlement stuff, and instead of just giving them bedrolls if I could. Digging it so far, looking forward to keep on going. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that people are enjoying Fallout 4. I really enjoyed that game when it came out. I played a lot of it. I played way too much of it on my PS4 back when it came out, and I played all of the DLCs day one. I played probably a good 300 or 400 hours of it. I think I can check now. I think PlayStation has all that sort of statistics now because they updated stuff. But I do not know. Just fill that in and add that as well.
For dinner?
Yeah. Oh, we have 401 iron bolts. It's a lot of bolts. Ooh, more gemstones. And more random stone. Nice. Oh, there's a lot of people praying in this place. Let me just do this as well, actually. I want to install a instrument in here. I don't have any. Interesting. I thought we had one. I thought we had an instrument that had to be installed, but turns out we don't, which is fine. So we're in Moonstone now, so I think our ranged dwarves should be training. If not, why aren't they? Yeah, why aren't you training right now? You guys should all be training right now, why aren't you? Because there's a bunch of bolts in here, I think. Yeah, a bunch of bolts there, a bunch of bolts there. Thanks, Bruno. You enjoy your dinner. I am hoping that no forgotten beasts turn up, but if they do, hopefully I will be ready for them. Well, that's right, actually. If I go into your schedule, no, if I go into your equip, update your uniform, assign your uniform, ranger, train, schedule, view monthly schedule, edit, equip always. Yep. Yeah, so if I go into here, into our our hunters. Oh, we have a third one now. So does that mean if I go into here, go to ranged effectiveness, sure, but you're in the other squad. You're a mason. That's fine. You get added to it. Equip. Yeah, you have a bunch of bolts and stuff. You guys should be training. I'm curious as to why you're not. Alright, you're picking up your crossbows, it looks like. And your armor, I think. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, you're training now. Good. I'm glad to see people actually do some range training because we're going to need it. Oh, this is black sand. Cool. And then I think I can assign a bunch of bedrooms here. I can. Done. It's another 15 bedrooms, I think. Or 18 bedrooms. Hopefully that's enough to keep people going. And there's a decent bit of chalk down here at the moment. What's going on over here? Nothing important. Cool. Do. I wonder what that is. Also, by the way, those of you who rated in, if you're still here, if you could do me a favor and just hit a follow, because if you've all followed right now, I'd almost be an affiliate. So just to put it out there, just to help me out. Brewing drink is done. Bone doctor. Are those anvils being made? A couple of them have been made. Hey Chiller, welcome back. Adventure mode in one day. Yeah, I see that stream that's up in the Dwarf Fortress thing. That's like a countdown that's been going for days now. Which is whatever, I guess. But hey. Oh, nope. Bomb. Oh, more hematite. You excited, Chiller? You excited to go around as a dwarf or anything like that and try to do some interesting bits and pieces? Do I have any more? Oh wow, I have 4 legendary miners now. How many more blacksmiths that I could add to the list? Not really. There's already 4 of them. Still waiting on the Mac port, so unless I jump back to Classic, I guess you'll just be watching Twitch. Well, that's fair. It's kind of unfortunate that there still isn't a Mac port of the Steam version yet. Does the classic version keep up with the Steam release updates, or is it a case of they're separate games entirely now? Because I am curious on that. I don't actually know. I haven't really looked at Dwarf Fortress Classic in a very long time, given I don't need to. Oh, we might as well engrave this to make it look nicer as well. And there is that pedestal there. Assign it. There we go. Assign that crown there. They're separate, but you haven't tried to update since version 47, so that's like what, even before the Steam version, because the Steam version was version 50, right? I think the first release of the Steam version of DF was version 50. We have enough iron bars, wow. So we're going here. Do we have smelt? No, we don't. Okay, so smelt hematite ore. We'll do the same thing. If the amount of iron bars is less than that and the amount of hematite is greater than that, the amount of iron bars is less than 150, and the amount of hematite is more than 150. No, we'll put the amount of hematite is more than like 25. And then we go back here and we smelt 50 bars of hematite. And then we also add magnetite. Smelt magnetite ore. Same thing here. Iron bars is less than and magnetite is greater than 150. The spoilery stuff was so much easier in 47. There weren't all the gem pocket stuff to work through. What do you mean by that? I'm not sure exactly what that is. Oh, sorry, slapped my microphone. What's our coal like? Oh, I haven't dug to the bottom of the map yet. I haven't recently. Uh, 112 coke and 4 charcoal. So yeah, we need to... I'm thinking we might need some more smelters again. Mayor's mandated construction of certain goods. Bolts too, that's fine, we're making bolts, I believe. Yes. I know there's like, what is it, there's like there's a layer where there is like, what's it called? Oh, Christ. There's the like circus you can get to. Yeah, I know there's a circus and all that. I know the clowns are down there. That sort of stuff doesn't really appeal to me. That's like, if you get bored of a save, you just dig down to the bottom and you get the clowns involved, more or less. Nice, that's built. Oh, that's built. In previous versions, it was just an adamantine spire, and you just needed to be careful not to dig into it. Now there's a puzzle with magma and water pockets and baddies. That's fair. That definitely sounds more annoying. Or, you know, not necessarily annoying, but more difficult. Oh yeah, they can't reach this, I don't think. Yeah, that's right. I have to dig another, to build another stairwell. And we also need a floor. Time consuming? Yeah, I can imagine that. It definitely sounds like it would be time consuming. Masterwork stew, huh? Nice. Snowstorm. Is it actually snowing? There's a dusting of snow. Oh, I should also probably close in this bit of roof here as well. Just so that way, if I need to station people up in here or here, I can do it without having to worry about them getting caught in the rain. So I think this now means we are actively capable of just sealing ourselves in if need be. Because I don't think... Well, obviously people can stand outside these fortifications and shoot through it, which is kind of a thing, alright. But other than that, I don't necessarily know how many of those things exist. Oh yeah, Chiller, you'd probably be the person to ask. How close to a mist generator do you have to be for the mist generator to give you good thoughts? Like, do you have to be right next to it, or is there like a gap where you can put like a gap in it? Because what I want to do is I want to essentially move my tavern from over here to over here, so like dwarves will hang out here and they'll, you know, get good thoughts from the waterfall that's here during the summer months. You think they gotta be sprayed by the mist? Also, hi King. What's that, dude? So I think that would need to be here then, right? Essentially. Like where my mouse cursor is, it would need to be on this block. They need to be standing there for it to work. Oh, we have one guy who's a lot more annoyed now. Why are you annoyed? Tell me, why are you pissed? The bard isn't happy. You've been away from your family for too long. Your husband's here. And do you have any other relations who live here? You poet and a cousin. Huh. I don't necessarily know if there's anything I can do there other than maybe forcing us into like a day off or something like that, so that way you can mingle. I don't necessarily mind dwarves being in this face, because that usually just means they've been caught in the rain once or twice. This can mean that they're actually annoyed at something. You made a masterpiece. How's our training going? Your training. Skills, combat, dabbling mercs dwarf, novice mercs dwarf. Right, needs to be some more training going on for sure. You got no water source? Wait, if I go up here, oh, it's frozen. Yeah, that's right. The brook is currently frozen. That's a thing too. I forget about that. There needs to be a water source that is not frozen. I suppose I could go down here. See, the thing is, this is another thing to ask. This is muddy water. That counts, right? Like, if they can get down to this water's edge, which I don't think they can do right now. No, but if I dug out that, they could. And if I mark this as a water source, because they can get down to it, they would use that as their water source, but it's muddy, so I'm not too sure if it's clean is the thing, right? I don't necessarily know if that's a thing that they actively care about or not. So constructions, fortifications, put one there. And you're not finished yet, so I was gonna wait for you. Oh, people can't get up here either, I don't think. No. So construction floor. And then construction stairs. There we go. That'll make it easier. Gotta keep an eye on those things, really. It's a bit of an annoyance at times, but hey, it's gotta be fair. Right, cool. That animal's done. That's fine. What I might do in a bit is I might take a week off, like have the dwarves take a week off at the end of next month, maybe in game, and just have them like stay in the tavern. So they can like mingle and socialize and stuff, and that might help improve this and this. Engraved a masterpiece. Masterpiece designed image of dwarves by Itkon Akotskit. The dwarves are traveling. Foundation of the round next to line by a noble tree of den. And it's just on the floor. Just on the floor randomly. And you've engraved another one, have you? No. But that does improve the value of this room, like, ostensibly. There's no tavern keeper assigned here. Sure. I don't necessarily know if there's like a big thing with like this will be. I want to turn this from like a good or a great dining hall to a legendary one. So what I'm thinking is that the value of this, which is about 9,000, I might change the value of this. I might change which one this is. If I go to artifact, assign that there. Ooh, nope. Use the DFAC assign, it's much easier to find stuff. And cool. that might help with the evaluation of the room and give us a much nicer, like, much better good thoughts. Because, yeah, look, it's already gone away. She's already gotten a lot happier. Probably because she ate something in a much more nice dining hall now. So, like, for example, you're engraving. That's are you. What are you doing? Well, you're reciting poetry. That's fine. People gotta chill out and enjoy their poetry. He pours the ban on certain exports. He doesn't like us selling bolts or ballista arrows, which is fine. Doesn't really matter. Right, that's cool. Those guys are training a little bit. Yeah, so this is where the food stockpile is. It's right here. So, you know, it's not obviously it's not direct. I could dig this out, which would kind of suck because, you know, you'd lose these two engravings here, and one of them is pretty nice. It's a fine and a standard one. So that way, you know, dwarves could go out here and grab their stuff and go straight back and not have to worry about, you know, looping around it, I guess. Which would be a little bit more efficient. Actually, what I could do is maybe do it over there. Yeah, I'll do it over here. So I'll just dig that out. Also, not the biggest dining hall. I will admit to that, it's not the biggest dining hall. It's only 17 by 15. So I am kind of trying to squeeze as much value into this as I can. But hey, doors are value, right? Oh hey, people are over there playing instruments and stuff. Cool. Let me just go ahead and add some more chests in here for furniture, for instruments and stuff. And then what I might do as well, put in 2 more statues, because we have some silver statues lying around. What's this? Worms, dwarf, moon snails, dwarves, dwarves. We do also have some platinum now, so technically I could set it up to have some dwarves actually do create a masterpiece. We don't actually have a lot of... I'm surprised I actually ran out of plump helmet spawns. Well, I say that and then I realize there's like 3 big places here with a bunch of stuff. You know, we still have a bunch of seeds. So if I go down here to seeds, yeah. Cave wheat, strawberry, rye, asparagus, radish, almonds, walnuts, rock nuts. Yeah, we do have a bunch of seeds that we can actually use. So what I'm actually going to do is if I just go down to here, pull that lever on the double, please. Lovely. Because I believe this is just a bunch of loam. Yeah, this is just loam. Also, it is winter. But there's randomly dimple cups up here. I think it's because it's inside, because technically not all of this area out here is exposed to the roof. Which is a bit wild. Still don't have enough iron bars lying around. So yeah, I suppose in this instance what people are going to do now is they're going to grab food and drink and they're going to go right back in here and then they're going to go right back, so it'll make it a lot easier, and it's not as long, I suppose, as going the opposite way around. But hey, it doesn't really matter in the end. Just a quick dig. Also, I saved ending up having to dig out 2 really nice things, so we just increase the amount of goblets required here to like 200. Just to keep them there. Because we're going to have a bunch of them. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, look, this is moving a lot faster now. People are like moving between here and here a lot faster. So I suppose that's helpful in a way. Ooh, masterpiece gauntlets. Right, I am now going to put in some orders for some steel armor, I'm thinking. So steel breastplate. Just make me 5 of them for the moment, because I don't necessarily think we have enough enough options to make another military squad, but having some steel breastplates around would just be nice. Because I won't assign them to our spear dwarves. Our spear dwarves are going to be iron armored. What I might do is just do that. Just so that way anything there that can be harvested will be harvested. Because, you know, free dimple cups, free cave wheat, free whatever we can find down here is nice to have. Also, we're going to have our first caravan come, because we're technically a city now, even though we started off as like a hamlet this stream. Ooh, we got a possessed dwarf. It's you, right? Possessed by unknown forces. Let's follow you. What are you going to take over? Is it a gem setting thing? Yeah, it looks like it. You're gathering items. You're working. Okay, so what did you grab? Just some rough green jades? Are you just going to cut a masterwork like gem? Is that it? Alright, well that's fine. That's easy at least. Mace Dwarf is visiting. Mark's Dwarf is going attached to an iron crossbow. Claim the jeweler's workshop. Cooked a masterpiece. Nice. I have also noticed that more of our dwarves are super happy, because I think this is gaining value very, very quickly, and people are starting to like eat here more regularly, I suppose. Also, actually, if I check on this tavern, there's already 200 mugs there, so let me just go with Let me go to 250. We have way too many mugs, so it doesn't necessarily matter. Oh, excuse me, my nose is a bit. I'm still not fully recovered from the cold I've had. Iron gauntlets have been made. Need 3 iron bars. Let me now go ahead and just put that to like 8. Just forge a bunch of them if you can, because the more of them we have, the better. There's a petition. Soldiering. Sure. What are you any good at? Oh, we have a competent spear dwarf here. Might throw you in there. Oh, you're on ranged effectiveness right now. Spinner there. Yeah, you know what? You can be the last member of that squad, and then in this case, ranged effectiveness. You have some experience, I guess. Yeah, that'll have to do. Good. You got the caverns all sealed off from scary stuff. Yeah, so what actually happened, I think this was at a stream where you weren't here, Chiller. But what happened was, a bunch of fish people spawned in our caves, like right here, and attacked us at random, while my dwarves were like out and about. So I had to send all 10 of my spear dwarves down into the, into the holes to hope that they could deal with it, which they could, thankfully. How much is that bracelet worth? Oh, 10,000. There's also a bucket that's worth 13. So this is all mostly done now, and it looks like it's improved in value quite a lot with the amount of stuff we have on display. What I could do, I suppose, is I could have dug out here and like put in another little area for like the dwarves to chill out in, but it's fine. We have a captain of the guard. Skills, combat. You're a novice marks dwarf, a novice disciplinarian, and a novice archer. That's fine. Also, what I should do is I should go down to... where is it? Where is it? Here. And just put in a bridge. Closes that way. Just so that way if I need to close off the taverns fully, I can. So does that mean that we need to do more Captain of the Guard stuff? Is there 2 of them now? No. Just 1. That's fine. Oh, they're safe. Cool. We have a ton of seeds for stuff that we can't grow, so what I'll probably end up doing is, if I can, I might sell them to the elves, because I think the elves will arrive at some point soon. The brook is now no longer frozen. You've become an elite Marks Dwarf? This guy. M-O-R. This guy. He's a great Marks Dwarf. It's pretty cool. Now, let me go ahead actually and dig out some more rooms, just in case. Never hurts to have more of them. Oop. Oh. Wow, can't believe I did that. Not exactly hard to copy a pattern. I say that, making another mistake. That's just how it be sometimes. Is all still well in the fortress? At the moment, Red, yeah. We're working through our current situation with things. At the moment, we've had our second military squad be set up, and they are now training properly with a bunch of bolts that I have put into order. The only thing I think we really need to consider is potentially adding in another squad. Maybe make them hammer dwarves, make silver hammers or something like that. Maybe make steel swords. I don't know. Haven't really decided, because we have a bunch of iron ores and we have a bunch of chalk now and stuff like that. So maybe. But all is still well. We haven't died yet. I think we've basically finished off our wall building. There was a lot of it. Yeah, that's built. There's fortifications all along there. Let's take a fortification there. Fortification there. Yep, so I think that means that we have fortifications all around right outside of our wall. We'll put in floors there, just so that way there's something for people to walk on if they want to. Put a floor in there. Don't need to have that there. Oh, there's no floor going between here and here, but that's fine because people can go down. So I'll just do that. Just add in a floor in that corner. Yeah. So I think essentially our wall is now entirely built. Oh, diplomacy. Right. Ooh. Alright, you want to do that? You guys kill that snatcher. Huh, they got caught in a trap. Cancel that. Nope, nope. Belay that order. No need to worry about it. Is there more snatchers? No, I think that's all of them caught. Yeah, that's all of them caught. So yeah, that's how that usually goes, Red. I was ready and willing to murder some thieves, but turns out they all got caught in traps instead. Though, and you haven't heard this from me, but what I have heard is an option. Is you can set up essentially a combat zone where you, like, you know, I could, for example, dig a little tunnel here that leads into an open area that has a lockable door, or like a thing connected to a like a drawbridge, like a one-way drawbridge that pulls up and locks people in the room. And essentially the idea is to install a cage with like a goblin in it in there, and use that as like a way to train people in combat skills. I've heard it's very effective because it's basically like a test, because you know you usually have 10 dwarves going up against one goblin usually, and it makes it pretty easy. But it would be interesting to try something like that out and see if that can help our Marks dwarves catch up with our spear dwarves. Doors hatches. Q. More tetrahedrite. Where's that? Oh, here. Wow. So that's more silver, I think. And also hematite there too. Furniture beds. Bang, bang, bong, bing. Oh, no. Cancel that. Now, some more furniture, some chests. Let me just make sure there's a door that goes there. Cool. Now we can assign a bunch more bedrooms. Hey look, you've made a Masterworks slate door, Red. Well done. That dwarf who's annoyed. Is it the same one? No, it isn't. Yeah. Right. I think what I might have to do between streams is I might just lock the dwarves in basically a week off of time and just have them be in like this area. So that people can like socialize and mingle with their family for a bit. It's not really going to stop anything, I don't think. Rock door has been completed. Ooh, I missed a door. Door there. Now let me just go in here and assign a bunch of bedrooms. Multi. Done. There's a load of bedrooms here. So every block is every single. That's 4. That's 8. That's 12. 12. 24. 36. 48. 60, 72, 84, 96, 108, 120, 132 bedrooms? I think that's right. Oh, an elven caravan has arrived. They haven't brought anything with them other than the usual, it doesn't look like. I wonder why, actually. But then if I go down here, let me just go into here and move goods here. Yeah, there's an amulet, I guess. But I will also just go into DF hack. Oh, well, this gem bin's worth 32,000. There's some bar blocks there. Hematite, magnetite. Bring up the weapon and armor bin. And the... Oh wow, we could sell them our bucket. Yeah, bring up the gems. Why not? Make it easy for everyone. Yeah, so instead of waiting for a bunch of items, we're only waiting for 3 bins to be brought up. That'll work. Another masterpiece clay stone door from Red Moogle. Well done. Doing a great time, having the time of their lives. So they are. Producing a bunch of good stuff. Got gems. Another masterpiece slate door. Very cool. Waiting 2 items. So stuff's being moved up. This looks like someone's hauling a tin cage. That looks like they're putting stuff outside. So I am curious. This dwarf. Can I recruit them? Is that an option? I'll have to look into that, because that's 3 more dwarves that I could potentially bring into the fold. I don't know if that's a thing I can do, or if they're just never going to be willing to talk to me. We shall see. So they've unloaded a bunch of stuff. Cool, cool, cool. You're hauling a weapon bin, which is probably very heavy. Let me request a trader there. Bed's been done. So let me just go down here. Just scan over this to make sure that we've got all of our bedrooms placed down. Which we don't. And there's one there. And there should be one there, but we can't assign that because it doesn't have a bed yet. Put a bed in there. And put a cabinet in there. And then I can assign it a bed. Done. So that should be enough to keep our dwarves happy. So let's trade here. What do you have? Don't want your seeds, don't want your fruit. Well, actually, no. These we can make drink out of. Is that all you brought? Wow, that's depressing. That's actually depressing. How much is that worth? 1,400? Oh, God. That's kind of sad, hey? You have this amulet. Don't want to give you that. I think there's weapon stuff that I can give you. Give you this copper crossbows, this bronze crossbow, this bronze spear, copper spear, bronze spear. Keep the silver spear, keep the bismuth bronze spear. Not making any money yet, but that won't be too difficult for them. For us to have them make money. So if I just do that and that, and that, yep, and then I'll just give them some cheaper things to make up their profit. There we go. Trade. Why can't I trade you? Unmark all. And if I unmark all on our end, I don't know why they're not happy. The elves are being weird. Would you believe it? The elves are being weird again. So now will you... Actually, hang on, that's 400 I marked. She's unwilling to trade with me. I have no idea what I just did there, but I might have pissed off the elves. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace. Man, I don't know. I do not know. Something's being really weird there. But that's alright, I guess. Right, what time is it? Yeah, I need to go get my dinner. So, I'm going to call it there for the night. I'm going to, well, not for the night, for the evening. We're going to raid. We're actually going to raid into the component cast because they are currently streaming. So I want you guys to be sure to say hello. There we go. These are the people who are going to be streaming, raiding. Let them know that I said hi. And if you want to see me again, at the moment, we should be live there tomorrow with more of Lancer. So if you want to watch us play some dice games, come on over. I'll see you guys.